night. From our girls team, Elif Eridan, accompanied by her parents, Ayla and Ibrahim, and her brother Daniel. Felix will be attending college at William and Mary for law with an international studies focus. Caleb Grealish, accompanied by her parents, Kimberly and Zali Grealish. Caleb will be attending college at Old Dominion University for pre-medicine towards a career of being a GI surgeon. Abby Myers, accompanied by Allison and her sister, Maddie Myers. Abby will, after receiving her associate's degree after graduation, Abby will continue her degree and obtain her bachelor's at Old Dominion University. Now for our boys. Tyler Grover, accompanied by Mel Grover and Amanda Grover. His future plans are entering the workforce. Sterling Homer, accompanied by his mom, Stacy Homer, and Grace Homer. He will be attending the apprentice school in Newport News and playing football. Noah Lee, escorted by Travis and Melissa Lee. Noah will be attending the apprentice school in Newport News and playing football. Max Stratton, accompanied by Jamie and Ethan Stratton. Max will be attending Virginia Tech in the fall.
You want to stop it? You want to stop it? It's over.
And a pleasant good evening. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com, where we have this senior night edition of lacrosse action with Kempsville and Landstown. The Chiefs, according to our records on beachdistrictva.org, sporting a 5-3 mark on the season. The Eagles of Landstown checking in at 2-5, according to the district sites of results. So if you're wondering what they've done thus far, so for Kempsville, they opened up 9-5 with a win over Norfolk Christian on March 24th, lost to Ocean Lakes 10-2, and again, we brought you right here on March 28th from the Plex. Beat Green Run 16-2, edged First Colonial 12-11 in what was the game of the year thriller we had here on April 4th at the Plex. Shut out Tallwood 15-0. Lost a couple of tough ones, 21-2 to Kellum and 7-3 to Princess Anne before breaking through with a 15-4 win over Bayside. And here they are at 5-3. They have two more games up tonight in terms of district opponents on May the 9th at Salem and May the 16th at Cox. As for the Eagles of Landstown, checking in at 2-5 by our count, 9-3 win over Green Run to open up the season on April 4th. Got shut out by Ocean Lakes 15-0 and Princess Anne 17-0. They got that win over Tallwood 12-3 on April 21st. Lost to Bayside 10-2. Norfolk Christian nipped them 7-6 on April 27th. Open up the month of May here just 3 days ago with a 5-4 loss to Salem. So trying to break the three-game skid as they come in. Captain's meeting at midfield, and we'll give you the rosters and what to look out for in a little bit. I am Matt Hatfield, Jeff Fottmer, our camera operator. If you've been tuning in tonight, we had our senior recognition on senior night a little bit earlier here on our broadcast, but our game is presented by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's the taste that I like. And we'll take a quick pause before we get things underway here from the Plex, and let's hear from some of those sponsors that make it possible. We have so many of them here at the Sportsplex that we are so fortunate to have involved, from Chicho's Pizza to AstroTurf to Vault Athletics and Fitness, Zoop Eatery, the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame, John's Tax Service, YouTube, of course, where we are streaming a lot of our games, CHKD Sports Medicine, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, One Life Fitness, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Dairy Queen, and Tropical Smoothie Cafe, among many others. And we'll begin things off with Legacy Lacrosse right here, back in a little bit here on our streaming channel.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one. Just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
We feed fans Dairy Queen. Grill and chill when you stop on in at DQ. And we're just about ready for the beginning of this Beach District matchup with the Kempsville Chiefs and the Landstown Eagles. Give you a rundown on what else is happening across the Beach District tonight. Let's do just that for you, as there are some other games that have either just concluded or in progress. So across the Beach District scene, you have getting ready to start or underway right now over at First Colonial High School. The Patriots hosting Salem. You also have Green Run hosting Bayside. Earlier tonight, it was Tallwood and Kellum squaring off at Green Run High School, and Ocean Lakes and Princess Anne facing off at First Colonial High School. As far as the district standings go, the team everybody's been looking up at in the Beach District when it comes to lacrosse has been Kellum, who we're showing with a perfect 9-0 mark, 8-0 in conference games, district matchups. Ocean Lakes sitting at 8-3 overall. Cox at 6-1. Cox won that game that we brought you 10 days ago here on our streaming channel by a count of 11-5 on April 25th. But a lot of action still to take place to settle who will be in specific spots coming up for the postseason when it comes to the lacrosse scene across the Beach District. We're going to have the national anthem in just a moment, so as we do, we'll step aside and hear from some more of our sponsors, including Zoop Eatery. Almost set for the face-off. Keep it tuned right here to beachsportsplex.com and our YouTube channel.
Chiefs are coached by Absalom O'Neill. At this time, we ask that you please stand and honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're back here on our YouTube channel and streaming for you on beachsportsplex.com. Matt Hatfield here with you, Jeff Fatmar, camera operator, as the lineups have been introduced. The national anthem has played, and we are set for the face-off for these 4 12-minute quarters that will take place at the Plex tonight. Senior night for the Kempsville Chiefs, 5-3 as we mentioned. Landstown at 2-5. We'll go through the names if you didn't hear them all that are of note for these two squads, starting with Kempsville, coached by Abby O'Neill. Hudson Pentecost, number 1. Adam Lindenberg, number 2. Keegan Harmon, number 3. Noah Coretta, number 4. Sterling Homer, number 6. It was mentioned on the announcements that Sterling Homer is going to continue his career playing football at the next level at the apprentice school. So congrats to Sterling on that. Number 7, Jaden Tanner. Number 8, Jared Benson. Number 9, Noah Lee, who was the quarterback of that football team that made back-to-back trips to the region championship game. Colin Rickroad, number 10. Tyler Grover, number 11. Nate Hoss, number 12. Number 13, Gavin Toney. Number 14, Grayson Scully. Goalkeeper wearing number 15 is Troy Thaxton. Number 16, Williams Hernandez. Number 17, Colin Huck. Number 18, Kyle Huddy. Number 19, Ethan Vaughn. Number 20, Aiden Huntley. Number 21, James Martin. Number 22, the captain, Max Stratton, who will be attending Virginia Tech in the fall. Number 23, Cameron Parrott. Number 24, Will Bateman. And number 25, Connor McMurray. And for the Eagles from Landstown, in numerical order, Gavin Chester, number 1. Number 3, Chris Jones. Number 4, Jacob McDowell. Number 5, Jeremiah Sadaka. Number 6, Decker Plude. Number 7, Devin Pittman. Number 8, Maddox Reeves. Number 9, Colby Weber. Quinn Phillips, number 10. Garrett Rains wearing number 11. Donnie, number 12, is Shaman Johnson. Russ Marin wears 13 for the Eagles. Logan Burkett wears 14. Jackson Thomas is number 15. Number 16 is worn by Marlon Harris. Dariel Vasquez will don 17. Medell Giron, number 18. Elijah Kuntz, number 19. Number 20, Nick Falks. Number 21, Zach Otello. Number 22, Miles Pittman. Number 23, Austin Hildenbrand. Mac O'Donnell, number 24. And rounding out the roster for the Landstown Eagles, number 25, Jordan Blount. As the face-off is ready, and Landstown in the black unis, Kempsville in the home whites with the red shorts, and it's going to be Landstown trying to rip it away with number 10, Quinn Phillips, and they do just that. They'll be working from right to left. The Chiefs going from left to right on your screen. Passed over to Colby Weber, who will try to shake off the defender in Nate Hoss. Hoss playing sticky defense to begin things. And the official will whistle that it will head back over to Kempsville as Stratton will get things started. I want to highlight Max Stratton because he has played like one of the very best in the beach this year, going back to that 12-11 double overtime win over First Colonial. Hudson Pentecost had the game-winning goal on a pass from Stratton. He had 3 goals and an assist that night. Stratton had 3 goals and 2 assists that evening, and Troy Thaxton made 10 saves, including some huge ones in overtime for Coach O'Neill's crew from Kempsville High. that was some kind of ball game. I think it's probably the game of the year to this point in the Beach. But tonight could surpass it. You never know. Max Stratton has it on the move. Going to get bumped briefly by number 4 for Landstown, and that is Jacob McDowell. Stratton is limping as he seems to be favoring, I think it's that left leg. He's in some pain right now. I think he landed awkwardly. See if he gets checked out on a timeout, but let's hope it's nothing too serious. And he seems to be signaling over to the bench. I think that he said he's okay. He wants to continue on. In goal for Landstown, Gavin Chester throws it up ahead to Devin Pittman. And if Stratton's at less than full strength, he's now checking out, in fact, is Stratton. So he's on the sideline now, and I think he's going to receive some medical attention. So he seems to be signaling towards maybe his left leg or knee area. We'll see how Kempsville responds from one of their captains going out and such an influential force to their team's success this year. Subbing out for Landstown, number 4, Jacob McDowell, and running onto the turf, looks like that is number 23, Austin Hildenbrand. Toss along the far side now into the X spot. Eagles get it to Mac O'Donnell. O'Donnell sends it back the other direction. Hauled in by number 6 in Decker Plood. Decker's going to now try to attack forward, and it's going to go wide of the net. In goal there is Cole Hook. Thought it was Troy Thaxton, rather. So it's going to be Hook tonight for the Chiefs. Hearing the urging on from the coaches, pressure him. Kempsville wanting to turn the tide quickly with some pressure defense. It's a battle between 14 and 23. Scully for Kempsville. My main man Scully, as they once said in Summer Rental, one of my favorite movies of all time. And Hildenbrand for Landstown. Here's Chris Jones. Trying to escape Coretta. Good job by Hook to not let that one get too close to the net. But Landstown staying after it. Oh, and there's a collision. Taking a spill. There will be a couple of flags thrown. A couple of personal foul and necessary roughness. Now a little shoved back by Kempsville with number 9 and Noah Lee. But they're going to catch the first couple of shoves, and for good reason. Landstown a little bit over the top with that, and I think somebody will be heading to the sideline. I would suspect here. It looks like number 3 is going to do so in Chris Jones, as well as Hildenbrand. And a couple of new faces walk on for Landstown. Looks to be that 10 and 22 will march on, and Miles Putman and Quinn Phillips. So Eagles will need to show some composure here, and running off is Mac O'Donnell for the Eagles. And re-entering play, we got Jacob McDowell. So here comes Kempsville now trying to create something with Coretta. Tossed over to Sterling Homer. Now back over to Harmon. Keegan Harmon loses it for a moment. Back over to Homer. That one goes away. Not ready for the receiving end with Harmon. But fortunately, he's got a teammate on the backside there to keep it from being too troublesome. And look at that. It's going to be 22 back in the game, finding one as Max Stratton finds Hudson Pentecost for a goal. So Stratton wasn't out for long. Gets an assist, which he's known for doing. He's probably among the top 3 or 5 players in the Beach in that. Over to Hudson Pentecost, who was a hero the last time he was on this field against First Colonial in double overtime. So Kempsville 1-0 with 7:51 to go in the first quarter. Pentecost and Stratton, a combination that has worked wonders all year long for the Kempsville Chiefs. Face off now as it's going to be Homer trying to nudge it into Landstown territory. He's going to do just that. Picks it back. Makes a move with the stick, and on the run, it's going to be off the leg or post there. Couldn't quite get that breakaway goal to make it 2-0 and give the Chiefs even more momentum after starting things off here on the right foot. Kempsville had what appeared to be a okay start in the Ocean Lakes game before it got away from them by halftime, 6-2. It was just 2-1 in favor of the Dolphins after one quarter. They were right there in it. Then things snowballed. 3 goals in a span of 57 seconds in the fourth quarter for Ocean Lakes that night. But the Chiefs know they've had some topsy-turvy games, that FC game being one of them. Here's Stratton. Oh, what a goal by Max Stratton. Houdini-like. That was spectacular. You see what an impact he makes, and he'll sub out, as will Noah Coretta. So the future Hokie with a big-time play. Face-off won by Sterling Homer. Scooped up by Grayson Scully. No, not quite. So there'll be a couple of whistles. We'll restart things. Subbing out are Noah Lee and Grayson Scully. Looks like Stratton's going to run back on for Kempsville, as will Coretta. Stratton receives the pass from Sterling Homer. Now tosses it over to Coretta. Coretta with his back turned against the Eagles defender in number 22, Miles Putman. Stratton on the move, gets another goal as he shakes the defender and baffles yet again with 6:34 to go. Stratton with his second goal. He's been involved in all 3 scores for Kempsville with a 3-0 lead on Landstown. And I got a feeling this is not going to go down to the wire like that double overtime game with FC did a month ago. This one looks like Kempsville is flexing its muscles early, and Landstown will use a quick timeout to regroup and try to settle down, trailing by 3 here. And we'll step aside and hear from one of our sponsors here at the Plex. And let's hear from Vault Athletics and Fitness. In fact, Vault Athletics and Fitness, you might not know all about them, but we're going to tell you more about them when we come back right here on beachsportsplex.com and our YouTube channel. Go to vaultathleticsandfitness.com for more. We train athletes. The Vault Fitness facility is Hampton Roads' newest 13,000 square foot facility located in the hilltop section of Virginia Beach, where they do indeed specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes, vault athletics, and fitness. 3-0 is our score. Kempsville with a Hudson Pentecost goal, assisted by Max Stratton, who has scored the last 2 goals for the Chiefs on his senior night and their senior night. Kempsville with a comfortable 3-goal lead as we're set to resume play with the face-off. And it's going to be a tussle for it, and it's going to be won by Landstown this time as Putman has it, and here he is on the move. Throwing it up ahead into Kempsville territory and taking a tumble. Number 6 is able to haul it in, Decker Plude, but the whistle's going to give it back to the Chiefs here. That's the good tackle by Will Bateman. Enables Kempsville to grab possession, and more substitutions as Abby O'Neill and company are sending players in and out. A lot of shifting here. Keeping Landstown on its toes in this first quarter. Right now with it for Landstown is number 3, Chris Jones. Throws it up ahead, but the Chiefs are able to come up with it as Nate Hoss has it. Stratton around midfield. This is where he can have another highlight reel play and perhaps a goal. This time he's going to pass it. Little fake left, go right is Rick Road. Rick Road going against the grain. Not the best angles to try to throw one in there. And now Landstown's able to get the stop that they desperately needed to stay alive in this one. Up ahead, Eagles haul it in. Chance to do something well here with Shamon Johnson. He makes an accurate pass, gets it back, little give and go move, and then Johnson loses the handle and then gets hit. And the physicality picking up as he's getting close to the attacking area, and Landstown will keep possession. But you like Shamon Johnson's thought there, a little give and go. Chance to work for them, but the Eagles will keep it. And with under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, they want to get one on the board here to wrestle momentum away from a Kempsville team that's oozing with confidence right now. There's McDowell passing it to the far side. Poked away. Stratton smacking with his stick. Staying aggressive. So too is number 12 for Kempsville on defense, Nate Hoss. And that missile's not even close as it will ricochet behind the net. And a couple of the kiddies will chase it down. Back into play here from the X spot. Landstown tried to stay with it, but they can't maintain possession as Hoss is able to rip it away. And more whistles here as it'll be signaled back towards the Eagles. As Hoss was unable to advance it further down the field and into Landstown territory. Eagles have to be careful not to have miscues because the Chiefs are ready to pounce on them right now. And here they have possession into Landstown territory and on the move. Breakaway chance and a goal in transition for Kempsville is scored by Keegan Harmon. 4-0 Chiefs. So Kempsville looking mighty sharp in this one to begin things.
By number 3, Keegan Harmon.
I'm sure Coach O'Neill and company couldn't be happier with what they're seeing. Coming off a 15-4 win over Bayside, where 3 goals and 4 assists from Max Stratton, 3 goals and an assist from Hudson Pentecost, 3 goals from Noah Coretta, Colin Rickroad and Sterling Homer each had 2 goals, and Adam Lindenberg tallied 1, and freshman by the name of Jaden Tanner also had a goal and an assist, plus 1 4 faceoffs for the Chiefs. And here they are on Cinco de Mayo, trying to get another victory as part of this doubleheader with the girls of Kempsville earlier, prevailing 11-8 over Landstown. If you missed that one, 5 goals on the night from Riley Auld, the freshman, for the ladies from Kempsville. And now here are the guys on the move with the aforementioned Max Stratton, number 22, who was shaken up earlier. I think he either tweaked his ankle or hurt his knee. But it takes a lot to keep him down. He had 3 goals and 4 assists in the last time out, and tonight looking good. And Keegan Harmon getting in the scoring act here most recently. Chiefs have it with Coretta. Now Stratton makes a pass as Coretta tries to slash in there. Losing the stick is one of Landstown's players. I believe that was number 11, and Garrett Rains who lost his stick. Chiefs able to regain possession with Homer. He's going to try to toss it backwards. No, he's going to fake out the defender. Try to wiggle his way through into the attacking area. Maybe throw a no-look pass, and now a flag has been thrown as there was some type of infraction committed. We'll see if the officials will stop play. But right now, Max Stratton continues to press on. And he scores a goal. It's going to count for Max Stratton with 2:02 to go. He's got a hat trick. 3rd goal of the period for Max Stratton. That is Stratton's 3rd goal. He also has an assist to Hudson Pentecost and Keegan Harmon with an unassisted goal prior to Stratton's 3rd goal of the period. And Kempsville is cruising right now, up 5 on Landstown.
Goal for Kempsville by number 22, Max Stratton.
Eagles gave up 5 goals total the whole night to Salem 3 days ago in a 5-4 loss. Their last 2 losses by 1 goal each to Salem and Norfolk Christian, 7-6. But they've got their work cut out for them to make this a 1-goal game. And they need someone to step forward and allow them to battle back in this one. Because so far the first quarter has been dominated by Kempsville. Completely here. They really had the aptitude to push it in transition here. Come out with very good pace. Homer makes the pass over to Stratton. Thinking about slotting another one home. Trying to scoop it up, and the Eagles do just that with Chris Jones. Jones is able to get away from the defender, throws a pass far up ahead. It's going to be scooped up on the run by Kempsville with Nate Haas. Chiefs with a little no-look shot off the mark by Pentecost. And with under a minute to go, we get a whistle. You allow Kempsville to clear out successfully and get room to operate, they'll do damage. And Stratton right now with a great look at it and an easy goal. That's his 4th of the period. No pressure applied at all on Stratton. You would think someone would come out to try to make him give it up. Now, he is such a terrific passer, but a little surprised right now as the Eagles seem to be demoralized with the way Max Stratton and company have just jumped on them. And it's not all been in transition. The last few had been in transition, but that one was pretty much where the play had settled down a bit. Here are the Eagles. Quinn Phillips. Substitution as it looks like Putman will run off, and back on the field is Austin Hildenbrand for Landstown. And the Eagles get one on the board. Decker Plude getting involved and encouraging for Landstown to get something before being shut out in the opening frame.
Goal for Landstown by number 6, Decker Blue.
So 6-1 is our count now in favor of Kempsville. Through one period of play. Just about, actually. We have 21 more seconds. So I don't want to jump the gun there, as I was a little bit ahead of myself. We still have some time left in this opening quarter. Landstown getting it after the faceoff. Chris Jones trying to work it up the field with 3 ticks to go. And 1 quarter is in the books. Kempsville 6, Landstown 1 as the Chiefs lead it by 5. And we'll come back with the second quarter. Let's hear from Dairy Queen.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one. Just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Oh, nothing's better than getting those Blizzard treats from Dairy Queen. They've got you covered, whether it's M&M's, cookie dough, Reese's, Oreo fudge brownie. Everyday sweet when they're serving you those Blizzard treats. Thanks for being fans all these years, and here's to many more. Dairy Queen, Landstown, fan food, not fast food, over at DQ. One Life Fitness, another one of our sponsors of activities at the Plex, whether it be football, soccer, field hockey, or lacrosse. And here's what they have to tell you. That's right, starting at $29.99 a month. One life, one inspired life. They're here to help you start your journey to getting fit, and a new membership can be obtained today by going into any one of the 8 convenient Hampton Roads locations. Log on to onelifefitness.com and claim your free trial pass. Many thanks to One Life Fitness as jets fly over top of us. Month of May, on the eve of the Kentucky Derby on the Cinco de Mayo. Matt Hatfield here with you. 6-1, Kempsville leading Landstown in this Beach District lacrosse senior night for the Chiefs. The fellas in the white tops with the red shorts. They'll now change the directions they go in, as they'll work from right to left with their goalkeeper to the right. Landstown will go from left to right with their goalkeeper on the left side here protecting the net. Eagles in the black unis. Coming in at 2-5 on the campaign. 5-3 are the Chiefs. Face off now. Battle between 10 of Landstown, 6 of Kempsville. Who's going to win it? Looks like it's going to be eventually scooped up by number 6, Sterling Homer for Kempsville. Give him a face-off W. Why not? Over to Max Stratton, who scored 4 of the goals in the first quarter for Kempsville. He's working on maybe multiple hat tricks tonight. Had an assist to Hudson Pentecost at the 7:51 mark of our first quarter to get things started in terms of the scoring. Still have a ways to go to match the score of the girls' game that preceded us, 11-8 in favor of Kempsville, in a game that was pretty exciting for much of the way. It was tied at 4 apiece. Landstown actually battled back from a couple multi-goal deficits to lead at 4-3. And the Eagles having to quickly race back to get in goal. Gavin Chester there before disaster could strike. He was scrambling like the house was on fire. But they said, house on fire, get the kids out, get everybody out. He was running back to the net. Max Stratton now. Thought about an assist there, but that was deflected. Nice job by the Landstown defender as Noah Coretta could not get one through. And here are the Eagles. Shamon Johnson showing some poise in this one. That went off the mark there from Homer as he threw it. It's like one of the Kempsville players who's not suited up tonight from across the way is signaling for he wanted an infraction as he was calling for the referee to throw one there. Here's Stratton with Shamon Johnson shadowing him. Oh, what a pass there. Pinpoint on the money to his teammate wearing number 1, Pentecost. But it will go back to Landstown. How he could thread the needle so well there was rather astonishing, to say the least. Chiefs coming back the other way here. It's Grayson Scully. Here's Homer, able to move to the left, and now he's being chased by a couple of defenders. That one's going to take a hop. That ground ball couldn't hop through as it will head towards the back fence area with 9:48 to go in our second quarter. Whistle blows and the clock restarts here with 9:36 to go until we reach halftime. Eagles have it with Decker Plood, who scored their lone goal thus far with 21 ticks to go in that first quarter, but Plood didn't really get a chance to go there as it's going to have to head back over to Kempsville. Now, Plood and company need to get back defensively because, well, they're actually going to wait back this end because they're going to be positioned in case they get a run out. But right there, chance for Pentecost to score, and it's a good save there in goal by Gavin Chester, thwarting the chance. And now Landstown might be able to reverse with numbers in their favor. Here's Garrett Raines and some of the Landstown fans making noise. Johnson on his ground ball tip. Nope, it's going to be saved there by the goalkeeper 17 and Cole Hook. And Hook gets it up ahead to Stratton. And now quickly changing in transition are the Chiefs. Over to Coretta. Coretta's high missile is going to be upstairs and out of play. 8:37 to go in our first half. When we take our next break, you'll hear from Zoop Eatery, where you can build the perfect boxed lunch for a customizable and individually packaged meal for your convenience. When you stop on in at Zoop, choose from any one of the wide variety of soups, fresh salads, made-to-order sandwiches, and they're all served with a hunk of bread plus dessert. There's something for the whole crew when you stop on in at Zoop Eatery. It's located at 1909 Landstown Center Way. Open until 8 p.m., which I'll look at my watch right now. It gives you about a minute to get there. But they open up at 11 a.m. on Saturday. So if you get there Saturday morning when you're tuning into 94.1, listening to 757 Saturday Sports Talk with yours truly and the coach Ed Young, you know you all love to do, you can get yourself some great stuff like the soups, the sandwiches, the salads, the mac and cheese, and go check out the menu online at zoop.com, online.zoop.com, and give them a call at 757-821-7800 for more details. Again, zoop.com, 757-821-7800. Kempsville with possession. Got a chance for a 3-on-2 here with some numbers. Oh, trying to score that one on the run. Couldn't on the hop. And the ground ball opportunity, number 10 for the Chiefs. That was Colin Rickroad, who had a couple of goals we mentioned in that win over Bayside. And this one developing a lot like that one, I would imagine. Didn't get a chance to see that game, but Kempsville was in firm control, 15-4 in that win. And they're on pace for a similar type of outcome, barring any type of drop-off here. It's not Stratton with possession straight away. It's actually Cameron Parrott right now. We got some whistles, and it's going to be a timeout called. Looks like it's going to be on the Landstown side. So we mentioned it. We teased it. So let's hear from Zoop Eatery as we step aside here with 7:22 to go in the first half. Kempsville Chiefs 6, Landstown Eagles 1. You're watching Beach District Lacrosse on beachsportsplex.com and on our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, tell your friends, and share it. Here's more from Zoop. That's right. When you're going into Zoop Eatery, tell Carl that Matt Hatfield and Jeff Fatma sent you in to stop in and try all the great items they have at Zoop Eatery. 6-1, Kempsville leading Landstown by 5 goals with 7:22 to go in the first half. Excellent night for lacrosse. It always is here in the month of May as we're getting closer to postseason play. And Legacy Lacrosse, another one of our proud supporters. And here's some more about Legacy. Go check it out online at legacylacrosseva.com. Whistle blows and we resume second quarter play. Chiefs have it with Pentecost over to James Martin. Stratton gets it back. Fakes left, goes right against Johnson. Now turns back in left. He's going to back up and try to make a pass to get a shot for Pentecost. And Pentecost wants that one back as he gets some dap on the head from Homer because he had a great angle. He probably makes that more times than not. And he scored on that first goal from Stratton in the opening period. He just missed it by a hair, by an inch. Now curling his way in there for another goal is Max Stratton, the Magnificent. Mac the Magnificent, we'll call him, with 6:29 to go in our second quarter. And that's Stratton's 5th goal. He's not missing any shots tonight. He seems to be locked in and loaded. Absolutely. Unstoppable right now. Just think how this game would have turned out had Stratton seriously gotten hurt and not been able to come back. It would be probably a 2-1 game, or I dare say a 1-1 game, because he has scored or assisted on 6 of their 7 goals. Sounds like there's a chance of Let's Go Mac. He's got his own fan club. The Big Mac, as they'll probably call him. Face off here, Landstown with Quinn Phillips getting it over to Austin Hildebrand. Hildebrand jogging along. Surveys the defense, gets it over to Decker Plood. Plood being chased by Will Bateman. Trying to get a screen here and use that. But Kempsville keeping them out of that attacking area, almost like the paint area in basketball, not letting them get to the net. A little bit hesitant right now with the Eagles. Colby Weber throws one that's really through some traffic and away from the post. Now the Eagles will try to get their second goal of the night. Down by 6. Getting away from Haas. Eagles with some clever footwork and dancing right now by Weber, but they're not getting closer to scoring. They're just really just playing keep away at this point. Chris Jones gets it, and Haas is going to force a turnover here. Kempsville's really controlled the action from the wing area to the attacking area, the defensive area, anywhere you want to size it up. Keeping Landstown out of that crease. Kempsville's found the crease a lot tonight. Here's Stratton getting it over to a teammate who was a little bit off balanced on that look. James Martin. That one's going to take a hop and roll away with 4:12 to go in our first half. Getting a little chilly here on this Friday night, Cinco de Mayo, as the temperature has dipped down a bit into the low 60s, 60 degrees even, in fact. It's supposed to be a low of 53 tonight. Running into a Landstown defender. Now a sea of black shirts. Number 3, Keegan Harmon, who scored the 4th goal of the night for Kempsville, couldn't wiggle away from it. Now Pentecost going away from the net against the grain. Pentecost gets his 2nd goal. He makes the difficult look easy and redeems himself for not getting that one goal that he knows he probably should have and ordinarily would have had. You knew eventually he would break the dam and get that 2nd goal tonight. So the Chiefs here, as they get ready for, there you go, lead it 8-1 with 3:37 to go in the 2nd period. Scooped up. And it does look like there's a number 5 for Kempsville, who I don't think I saw on my original roster sheet. Check who that is. It is Jay Zongolawix. So apologies for not shouting him out earlier. And Tanner, who we mentioned earlier, is also a freshman of note, number 7. We might hear his name get on the board here. Put one across the table before the day is done. Whistle sounds and play resumes here with just a little more than 3 minutes to go in the 2nd period. Kempsville leading 8-1. Tussle for it. Stratton couldn't quite catch that pass. Great hustle, though, from his teammate trying to save it in there. And number 3 for the Chiefs. As we applaud Keegan Harmon for his hustle on that play. Landstown. With it is Jackson Thomas. Didn't have it for long, though, as Kempsville was able to get it back. A couple of subs as we see number 14 run off and Grayson Scully. Nate Haas staying on, as is Stratton. As Kempsville here on this reset. Stratton. What can he do to amaze? He's done a lot tonight. Loses the handle there. Got a little anxious, I think. Coretta. Stratton's got it back. Right now, he can use a little bit of clock here and space out this Landstown defense, which is huffing and puffing, a little bit tired, you would suspect. Chasing him all over the field. Coretta tosses it over. Can work the wing areas if they like. But now in the X spot, here's Pentecost. Trying one of those off-balance shots that he's good at. This time a homer's off the mark. .83 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Stratton. Sizing up the defense. Little fake pass. He'll move forward. And that went off the mark. Can Landstown get a goal towards the end of the quarter like they did in the last period where they scored with 21 seconds to go in the first? They're going to have to get it down the field, but that time not ready for it. Pentecost is able to steal it away. He's trying to control it on the hop. Just taking a couple of awkward bounces. Oh, runs into a couple of Landstown defenders who are looking to take him down. That went over to Stratton, who wasn't ready for it. It trickles away into Kempsville territory. Pretty much like a backcourt violation in hoops. The Eagles now have it. Number 6, Decker Plude. Chiefs get it back, though, on the far side with Coretta. Bumps into someone. Now the Chiefs. Cameron Parrott. Back over to Coretta. 31 seconds to go. And a timeout will be called by Abby O'Neill, as they'll talk some things over before halftime to maybe get that 9th goal to gain some separation. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, the lending peace of mind. And to learn more about Atlantic Bay, you can always go to atlanticbay.com and also watch our commercial, which we play now for you.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
wherever,
however.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
It is powered by Sport Group, and it is so much nicer to have the AstroTurf than the grass. I know people like the fresh cut and the smell of grass, especially as you get closer to summertime, but it does prevent fewer injuries. And since 1965, the AstroTurf brand has been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. And AstroTurf continues to improve its system designed to deliver playing services with the most realistic, sports-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and like we just said, sound player protection. AstroTurf. A couple of these players that have taken some spills do that in real grass. They might not get up. You got some really messed up knees and bruises and even more pain. Stratton with a long pass across the way. Coretta can't handle it, at least he did initially. Now a fight for it. Looks like Sterling Homer's going to get to it for Kempsville. Looked like it was initially out of the reach of Ruckroad, but Colin Rickroad with time ticking down, going to try to make something happen. Eagles have it. Doubtful they'll score here, as that one will hop away from an intended target and behind Stratton. And with the horn sounding, 1/2 of play in the books. Decker Pluge scored the lone goal for Landstown with 21 seconds to go in the first quarter. Outside of that moment, it's been all Kempsville, beginning with Max Stratton's assist to Hudson Pentecost for a goal. Pentecost added a second goal. Keegan Harmon scored the fourth goal tonight for Kempsville with 3:49 to go in the first quarter, and the other 5 goals scored by Max Stratton, who's accounted for 6 of their 8 tonight, either scoring or assisting. He's been a Player of the Year candidate and shown why. Chiefs lead it by 7. We're going to step aside and hear from some of our sponsors of the lacrosse action tonight at the Plex, and we'll be back with the third quarter in a little bit less than 10 minutes from now. Keep it tuned to beachsportsplex.com and make sure you smash that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We'll come back shortly.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
CHKD Sports Medicine, proud to sponsor with us the Beach District Lacrosse season. And whether your child competes as part of a football team, soccer squad, or is playing a sport like lacrosse. The multidisciplinary group at the CHKD Sports Medicine program is dedicated to comprehensive treatment of injury and illness in pediatric as well as college athletes. CHKD Sports Medicine. Log on to chkd.org for more details. You can log on to vhsl.org for more details about what's on deck with the lacrosse postseason. Again, if you're curious about just the Beach District schools, beachdistrictva.org has your details. But the Spring State Jubilee will be hosted by Riverside High School in Leesburg, Virginia. That's coming up in the month of June. There's a 29-page document for Class 5, which most of the beach schools are located for. And then for Class 6, there's some schools in the beach for that. John Champ and Freedom High School up in Aldie, Virginia will be hosting that for the Jubilee up there. But you can see all the details up there. The regional start will be May the 19th, 2 weeks from tonight. The regional deadline means the regional tournaments have to be completed by May the 30th. The VHSL state quarterfinals will take place June the 2nd and 3rd at home sites. The semifinals will be underway on June 6th and 7th at home sites, and then the state finals are June the 10th. Again, VHSL.org will have more details in regards to that for not just even lacrosse, but other spring sports that are underway as far as baseball, softball, soccer, tennis, and outdoor track as well. About 5 minutes from the third quarter getting underway, and we'll hear from some more of our sponsors of action here at the Plex. And time now to hear from Vault Athletics and Fitness.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one. Just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
wherever,
however.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
All right, we're 10 seconds away from the start of the second half, approximately. This Beach District lacrosse action. Presented tonight by Pepsi. The official home of Pepsi is Pepsi.com. You can stay up to date with the latest products, promotions, news, and more by going up there. Nothing like the refreshing taste of a Pepsi Cola on a Friday night. Cinco de Mayo. Kempsville Chiefs. It's been refreshing to their fans watching this performance, building off the win they had over Bayside just 3 days ago by a count of 15-4. They shook off the two losses back-to-back to Kellam and Princess Anne with a convincing win, and right now in complete command, leading Landstown 8-1. Thanks in large part to the brilliance of Max Stratton. Future Hokie, who will be at Virginia Tech this fall in Blacksburg. He's got 5 goals and an assist. The Chiefs getting ready for the face-off. As are the Eagles. It'll be Quinn Phillips for the guys in the black unis going from right to left with their goalkeeper and Gavin Chester. The fellas in the white shirts with the red shorts going from left to right, and that's number 6 for them, Sterling Homer, who's going to win this face-off, it looks like. Takes a hop into Landstown territory. However, it's scooped up by Chris Jones. And then a downright tackle is made by Noah Coretta, who just leveled him. And 2 hankies came out, 2 yellow penalty flags. And he's got to run off the field. Coretta thought he was playing outside linebacker for a second there. Thought he was playing outside linebacker. If you're just joining us now and you missed it at the start of our broadcast, we had the seniors recognized for the Kempsville Chiefs on their senior night. Quite a few of them posed for pictures and trying to make it a doubleheader sweep as their girls prevailed earlier tonight, 11-8 over Landstown. They got 5 goals from Riley Auld, the freshman. Second half hat trick from Josie Scott. And Kylie Ward had a couple of goals after halftime, too. Alif Edgren, the senior, had a goal. As Kempsville's girls notched their second district win of the year. Kempsville boys trying to get what would be their 5th district win and 6th overall. They won their season opener against Norfolk Christian 9-5 and out of league play. Eagles with a toss over to number 11 and Garrett Rains. Rains working the near side here around the 20-yard line. Going to hesitate and then move to the left. Scooting by a defender. Now makes a long toss that is nearly intercepted by Max Stratton, who was leaping up like a defensive back ball hawk. Now the Eagles trying to shake multiple defenders, and that ground ball try by Chris Jones is just going to be off the mark as we approach 10 and a half minutes to go in our third quarter. Not sure I envision Landstown having a comeback tonight, that of the first half that's already been seen in Philadelphia, where the Sixers were down early against the Celtics and nudged ahead at last check. That might be a back-and-forth seesaw affair in that Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals for professional basketball. It's playoffs. You got pro basketball and pro hockey playoffs going on. Kentucky Derby tomorrow, the biggest horse race of the year. And the football draft was concluded last weekend. A little shake move by Colby Weber. Gets to that X spot. Weber's pass off the mark. Couldn't connect with the cutter. And it changes into Kempsville possession. That breakaway did not work for the Chiefs, as they're just trading possessions at this point. Oh, that was a nasty collision. Fortunately, everybody gets up okay. Ferocious. So with 9:17 to go in the third quarter, Kempsville remains in front 8-1 on Landstown. They led 6-1 after one period of play. And there's a goal by number 4 for the Chiefs. That's Noah Coretta getting his first of the third quarter. Nine to 1 Kempsville. So Landstown not getting the start in the second half they had hoped for, but the Chiefs finding all sources of offense, not just Max Stratton tonight. Others stepping in when they need them to as well. I believe that assist was by number 3, Keegan Harmon. On the move, it's going to be 12-1. Pentecost scoring on the assist from Haas. Nate Haas to Hudson Pentecost. So with 8:55 to go in the third, pretty sure that was Pentecost, not Coretta, but we'll double check. As Kempsville's on the move again, that one is going to squirt away from Sterling Homer. And a young man for Landstown holding his left leg, his right leg. And he's going to be checked on here. Let's hope that's not too serious. That was Pentecost to confirm, by the way. That was not Coretta. As Miles Putman is being checked on, he seems to be in a lot of pain, and this could be pretty serious. So we're going to step aside and let's hope for the best here. We'll hear from Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
Wherever,
however.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Children's Hospital of the King Daughters, one of our sponsors here of this Beach District lacrosse matchup with the Kempsville Chiefs and the Landstown Eagles. 10-1 is our count. Kempsville leading the Eagles right now with 8:40 to go. Pretty unfortunate scene here right now as a young man for the Eagles. Miles Putman is being treated with the cart out here in an ambulance on the way to, we believe, transport him to a nearby hospital as he took a nasty spill on a play in transition moments ago before our break. He's being tended to by the medical team, and you see a lot of the officials out here keeping him, as well as probably, I imagine, his parents and guardians that are out there. You see Athletic Director Carlin Conaway for Kempsville out there as well, as they're all just trying to offer their support for the young man who's certainly in a lot of pain right now. We send our very best to him, and our thoughts and prayers go out to Miles Putman, who really had a very nasty injury a little while ago here with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, which has halted play. And we're not entirely sure that they will resume play given the nature of the injury that we just saw before our last commercial break. So we will keep you posted if this game does indeed get called at 10-1 in favor of Kempsville with 8:40 to play, or if they will resume play. I know the officials are actually, I mentioned they were right there by the young man. It's actually they're midfield right now, and I know both teams are taking a knee on their sidelines, and they're all certainly thinking about Miles and wishing him all the best. You know, they're out here competing their hearts out in a game that they love, and you never like to see something like this take place. And it's a very tough scene right now as there are about 8 or 9 individuals huddled up over around him. It's also an officer on the field, and they will likely have the ambulance come through here to transport Miles shortly. As it is arriving, we could hear it on its way in here, and now they're bringing out the stretcher. So as they do that and get Miles the medical attention that he needs at this juncture, we will take another set of commercial breaks here and be back with either the conclusion of this game or sign off if this indeed is the end of the night for this matchup, where we have seen some goals scored in the second half by the Chiefs, Noah Coretta and Hudson Pentecost, that extended their lead of 8-1 that they had at halftime to 10-1. But we'll come back shortly with an update, and we ask you to keep it tuned and keep your thoughts and prayers to Miles Putman of Landstown right here from the Sportsplex on the Cinco de Mayo.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
wherever,
however.
All right, we're back as standing ovation and applause from the benches, and Miles Putman being carted off the field on a stretcher. And it is good to report that he is moving his arms, so he is fist bumping to the crowd. So the young man is motion. He is showing some motion. Certainly looks like it's something in the lower extremities around his leg area. We don't want to speculate what exactly that injury is in terms of the full extent of it, but we'll provide an update should we get one before we sign off here tonight. We wish him all the best, as that was not a pretty sight earlier in his third quarter with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go when he took a spill, and he'll be transported to a local nearby hospital. It's literally a quarter of a mile from here at the Sportsplex. It does appear that both teams are huddled up and that they will, I'm thinking they may resume play, although there has not been any official word of that. Certainly, you can understand the emotions running high and both teams being shaken up from what just took place. And Kempsville breaking its huddle with a 1-2-3 team chant. Landstown's mood a bit more somber as they watch one of their teammates sustain an injury. That they're certainly thinking about him right now. And they all raise their sticks high and salute, and they broke the huddle with Miles. Certainly the one plus of a really unfortunate, terrible situation is that the sportsmanship exhibited. Kempsville clapping for the young man, and I'm sure fans on each side keeping him in their thoughts, as you hate to see that happen to anyone. And we're back to play here at the Plex. We'll do our best to keep you informed with what is taking place after that very disturbing scene. Chiefs have possession right now with Max Stratton. Double team comes on him, including Garrett Rains shadowing him, and now retreating back is Chris Jones. Pass over to Colin Rickroad. Coming from the X spot, it's going to be Pentecost trying a leaping off-balance shot that will fly away from the net. Gavin Chester sending it up ahead to Chris Jones. Now Tyler Grover runs into a Landstown player but keeps on trucking after he basically almost ran over Mac O'Donnell. Noah Coretta over to Max Stratton. There's a couple of yellow hankies on the field, a couple of flags. Stratton loses the handle, scoops it back up. He knows what to do with it. He's got 5 goals tonight. There's Coretta. Pass is intercepted by the youngster that flies out of goal, and that is number 1. And now a flag is thrown as Gavin Chester and Noah Coretta got nose to nose. And I think the official got Chester for saying something in the grill of Coretta. And this is where you know emotions are running high and the clock stops with 6:40 on our scoreboard in this third period, which has been a lengthy one after that injury that came at the 8:40 mark with Miles Putman going down for the Eagles. And now the officials will sort this out. I don't believe I saw a simultaneous fouls call, but I did think I saw a non-releasable penalty procedural call by the official from the far side of us. And all non-releasable penalties remain in place until the full time is served. These can include illegal body check, takeout check, excessive body check, check involving the head or neck, and unnecessary roughness. And the goalie would go out because, indeed, that who the procedural call was on was Gavin Chester for Landstown. But they will sub in a new goalie, so they won't have an empty net. It does look like Jordan Blunt is the goalkeeper at the moment, 25. A couple of the officials discuss things over. Now Blunt will run over, and the timeout will be called by the Kempsville bench, it looks like, with 6:40 to go in this marathon third quarter that has not even hit the halfway point of it. So we will step aside and hear from another one of our sponsors in Zoop Eatery.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Freddy's is at your fingertips, and you do get a free steak burger when you download the app. And you want to know more about Freddy's? Well, Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers, they're located in Virginia Beach, Hampton, Chesapeake, and Williamsburg. Experience delicious cooked-to-order food and rich and creamy frozen custard churn throughout the day when you stop in at Freddy's, the taste that brings you back. 6:40 to go in the third quarter as the whistle sounds and we resume play with the Chiefs in possession. And that would be number 10, Colin Rickroad, making a pass. It's going to be deflected. Looked like that was Stratton from the corner area. Not doing on that one. Sailing away from the net, Pentecost. And that one's going to be far and out of the reach of his intended target. Very dangerous night in sports. We had an injury here. And in Major League Baseball tonight, I understand a fan was stretchered away early in the Phillies-Red Sox game after tumbling out of the stands into the dugout. So just a reminder to spectators to be careful wherever you go to a sporting event. Actually, take it back. It was not into the dugout. It was into the bullpen that the fan fell into. Stratton loses this handle. Battle for it. And quickly get back to the net is Blunt to protect the goal as the new goalkeeper. And that one's going to hop away with 5:09 on our third quarter clock. Running out is Noah Lee. Not seen a lot of Noah Lee tonight. We have seen a lot of Hudson Pentecost, who scored on his last goal for Kempsville at the 8:55 mark, which came 15 seconds before the injury, to Landstown's Miles Putman. Nate Hossie found Pentecost for that goal that made it 10-1. Pentecost scored the game's first goal, which came just 4 minutes and 9 seconds into the contest. Tug of war there between Rick Road and Chris Jones. Oh, and that swipe's going to draw a flag on Stratton as he was trying to swipe at it, and he hit Jackson Thomas. Inadvertent or advertent, it's not legal. So Stratton will run out. And I think some of these players have maybe lost a little bit of focus and composure after the long delay we had, which is natural and understandable to a certain extent, given what transpired here. One of our sponsors you can go pay a visit to is Tropical Smoothie Cafe, where they are located right across the street from Tidewater Community College on Princess Anne Road. Eat better, feel better. They're bursting with fresh flavors and offer grab-and-go catering as well as box lunches. Eagles. Oh, there's a collision as another flag is thrown as Noah Lee just absolutely leveled a Landstown player, and then you see getting right in his grill was number 5 for the Eagles, Jeremiah Sadaka. And he appears to be shaken up as Noah Lee will come out, and we might have another injury timeout. We'll see if he can get up under his own power. Trainer will take a look at the Landstown player who is now getting up and now off the ground, number 24, Mac O'Donnell, who got hit pretty seriously, and now they're just putting him through some protocols that he can put his hands over his heads, and that's going to allow him to walk off under his own power. But with 3:42 to go, this has been a physical game, to say the least. And things have gotten away from the Eagles. Kempsville subbing in some fresh bodies, looks like. We might see the benches emptied, although Kempsville appears to have a little bit larger bench, particularly now with no Putman in Landstown's case. We saw early in our girls' game, Shakaya Johnson get tended to about a minute in after Riley Auld scored the game's first goal in a game that the Chiefs won on the ladies' side 11-8. The fellows of Kempsville leading 10-1 tonight with under 4 minutes to go in our third quarter, which has lasted in terms of overall length, what feels like as long as the first half in its entirety did, as we have just hit over 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Pass out to Chris Jones now. Gives it to Jeremiah Sadaka, who can't score that one. But the Eagles keep possession. Sadaka back over to Jones. Those two playing some hot potato. And that one takes a hop and goes through for Colby Weber. Colby Weber scores for Landstown. The Eagles have something to cheer about now. And look at that full moon tonight. Great shot by our camera operator, Jeff Fatma. That's why we pay him the big bucks. Colby Weber with that goal. Chase down at that faceoff. Looks like it's going to be won by, well, the Eagles are going to scoop it up. And they're thinking they're going to get another goal opportunity. And there's a shove that will award it to Kempsville, as that was Hawsey with a physical play. Beg your pardon, Homer with a physical play. Sterling Homer over to Max Stratton. And that seemed to have gotten under the skin of Max Stratton and the Chiefs, because Stratton just got his 6th goal of the night with 2:15 to go in the third. Double hat trick. Kempsville 11, Landstown 2. So it took the Chiefs only 22 seconds to answer Colby Weber's goal with another one tonight, as they're up to 11 on the evening. If you're wondering about Kempsville's season high, and I know so many of you out there are, including our man Jeff, the season high for goals for Kempsville was 16 against Green Run on March 31st. So they're on their path to get there. They also scored 15 in both wins over Tallwood and Bayside, 12 in that double overtime thriller that they had against First Colonial here back on April the 4th. Safe to say this one should not need overtime. As it should only take 48 minutes of regulation play, and the clock has not started for some reason. The clock has not started for some reason.
Hey, clock.
Taken away now by the Chiefs with Pentecost. Jaden Tanner, the freshman, and it's going to go back over to Landstown. And a flag was just thrown. That could have been something said verbally, as it is just launched into the air by the official, which will prompt the clock stopping again with 1:39 to go in our third quarter. Well, as they discuss and sort it out, this is a quick chance to hear from John's Tax Service.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Call 757-455-6763 for John's Tax Services. John's Tax Services and JPM Financial Services. They've been serving all of Hampton Roads for over 20 years. They're the best thanks to you. It's a proud community supporter of local youth sports, and they provide tax preparation plus retirement planning services. Sounded like, if I heard the official correctly, that was a non-releasable penalty. And with that being a non-releasable penalty, all of them remain in place until the full time is served. These can include a legal body check, takeout check, excessive body check, check involving the head or neck, and unnecessary roughness. And it's a procedural call, and that means he is done. Now, I didn't catch which number that was on who is done. That's number 1. So Knight is done for Pentecost with 139 to go. And if that is indeed an ejection under VHSO rules, as he is slinging his stick from behind the sideline and needs to keep his composure here, I don't mean to get on the young man who's played a splendid game. He's had a very splendid game. He's had a goal earlier this quarter, had the game's first goal. Actually has a hat trick. He has 3 goals. He had one late in the second quarter. Had that game-winning goal against FC in the double overtime win, but I do believe unless those are appealed and won, which they can be appealed and won, that would be a suspension that could be up to 1 or 2 games. So this could be the end for him in terms of the regular season. They do have games left on May 9th at Salem and at Cox on May 16th. But this was something we highlighted, that they need to keep their composure and emotions in check. So it looks like another penalty was thrown. And number 11 is shaken up for Landstown. That's Garrett Rains, as he is in some pain. And he looks a little woozy. To be honest with you, with some Landstown players that aren't even dressed on the sideline, this game is, to me, I'm not quite sure it is. This is just an unbiased observer here. Safe to continue on at this point with some of these injuries and where we are with the 9-goal deficit. And the goal is, as I say that, the goal is scored for the Eagles. They want to keep playing. Number 6 puts it on the board. That is Decker Plude, his second of the night, with 1:15 to go. So the Eagles waste no time scoring again. Showing some moxie here in the closing moments of this third quarter. After the face-off, Homer battles with multiple Eagles. It's scooped up eventually by 23 Austin Hildenbrand. And then there's another big takedown. Some wrestling and rugby mixed in tonight. And a little bit of football, too. 44 ticks to go in the third quarter. High pass, and it's going to take a hop. Eagles with Jeremiah Sadaka. Now a long toss past midfield. That's not going to be caught by anybody. It's going to hop all the way past the 10-yard line and into the end zone. Devin Pittman gets to it. Eagles trying to hurry before time runs out. Here's Hildebrand with 3 seconds. 2, 1. And that will be the horn that ends the third quarter of play here at the Plex. Kempsville 11, Landstown 3 through 3 quarters of action. One more period to go, 12 minutes on the board, and we'll come back here on beachsportsplex.com and on the YouTube channel with that.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
CHKDs.org, CHKD Sports Medicine. Whether your child is competing as part of a football team, likes to ride a bike, or is on the road to Olympic glory, the multidisciplinary team at the CHKD Sports Medicine program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in pediatric and college athletes. Many thanks to CHKD Sports Medicine and those hardworking individuals for tending to the young men who got hurt with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Miles Putman for Landstown, which is why we are backed up a little bit in terms of the time tonight. 11-3 through 3 quarters of play. Kempsville leads it by that margin as we begin the fourth quarter. And in that third quarter, we saw a total of 5 goals, 3 by Kempsville, 2 by Landstown. Colby Weber and Decker Plude for the Eagles. Max Stratton, Hudson Pentecost, and Noah Coretta for the Chiefs. Pentecost was shown the door with 1:39 to go in the third quarter. Stratton's got 6 goals tonight to pace this Kempsville attack. On their senior night, a little bit subdued as the energy and atmosphere since that injury that took place just 3 minutes and 20 seconds into our second half. And as we start this fourth quarter, we have not hit the requisite 12-goal deficit for a running clock. So we carry on with the normal start and stoppages with the whistles and all of that entails, ordinarily speaking. Some substitutions now for the Chiefs as we watch some new faces run on. Grayson Scully back on the field. You saw a lot of him in the first half, not so much in the third quarter, if memory serves me right. Running off for Landstown is 23 Austin Hildebrand. On the run with it now, it is Jacob McDowell until he's bumped into it. Now the Chiefs come up with a takeaway. Nice play there, and here's Connor McMurray on the move. Chiefs trying to move her with it with Max Stratton. That's going to be saved by the goalkeeper. And that almost went in after he lost it for a second and got it back. Gavin Chester probably had his heart in his throat for a second. Very dangerous situation there. So Landstown on the move. Trying to get something working. Long toss over to number 6, and Decker Pluto's got 2 goals tonight. Eagles seeing if they can stretch out this Kempsville defense. Wide to the side, in fact. Eagles lose the handle on that one. It's going to hop away from Shimon Johnson. Battle for it. Chiefs scoop it up. Working the near sideline. And then getting basically tripped up by Johnson. And that'll be a penalty. And now we're seeing some shoving there as Johnson tripped up on the run. Number 9 for Kempsville, Noah Lee. And Johnson's going to have to check out. Looks like one of the Kempsville players that might have been Colin Rickroad was looking to protect his teammate there. We're seeing a lot of emotions run high here. Hard to say what these kids are thinking about after that injury that took place in the third quarter. I know we keep harping back to that, but it's been a little bit of a disjointed game since that pause we had of about 10, 12 minutes in real time, it felt like. to get the ambulance over here and cart off Miles Putman on a stretcher. A couple of more flags are thrown as we're seeing just a lot of penalties and undisciplined play on both sides, I would say, at this point, which has made for an uneven second half, to say the least. Nearly a goal opportunity there, but it's going to get away from Kempsville. And then it seems to squirt away from Landstown. And there's the goal. Chiefs back on the board again. We'll double check the video, but I think that might have been Coretta. With 7:42 to go in our contest. And some of the student section for Kempsville is chanting. It's actually going to be, let's see here. Noah Coretta, as we thought, was the guy who scored that goal for the Chiefs. Basically just picked it up on the hop and then maneuvered in there. Coretta getting his second goal of the night. And a 9-point deficit for the Eagles. Another flag was thrown. And we're seeing more substitutions here as we approach just 7 minutes to go in regulation in this one. From straight away, that shot off the mark for Sterling Homer, who we highlighted in our open, is headed to the apprentice school to continue his career for the next level. Eagles with it. That's number 7 on your program, which you probably don't have from home, but Devin Pittman with that. 6.5 minutes to go at midfield, making a swipe at it, but missing. Stratton is able to nudge that out. How did he do that on Sadaka, who scoops it back up? And then, Stratton taking a swipe at him. He's lucky he didn't get a flag on that. Now here comes a penalty flag. And the Eagles trying to curl one in off the mark with, I believe that was Mac O'Donnell, who got thumped earlier in this half. Now O'Donnell's able to scoop it up, try to stay with it on the hop. But as he moves, the ball's moving, and he's having a hard time getting to it. And now multiple flags are being thrown, and now we're seeing more pushing and shoving. And to be quite honest with you, with 6:01 to go in this game, why they have not called this at this point, to be perfectly honest with you, is beyond my comprehension at this point. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'll be completely blunt with you. This game should have been called a long time ago. That there's been almost a lost interest as far as playing the game clean on both sides. And given that it's a 9-goal deficit, there really is no need, in my opinion, for this to continue on the last 6 minutes. Nothing positive is probably going to come out of these last 6 minutes, given the number of flags that have been thrown in this second half. I would suspect that the officials need to huddle up and make some type of decision at this point, because we have seen more flags thrown in this half than any game I can recall all season long. All season. I totally concur with that. Jeff is nodding in agreement with me on this. I think that this is really baffling at this point. And not to mention, we've had multiple injuries, one of a severe nature. And given that these two teams have 2 to 3 games remaining, in the case of Kempsville, 2 games left with Salem and Cox coming up, and Landstown has 3 games left with Cox, Kellum, and First Colonial. We don't need to see anybody sustain a injury, or we've already had 1 ejection. I can't understand why this game is continuing on at this point. Shamon Johnson loses the handle. Now it's going to hop out near midfield. Eagles scoop it up. That's Hildebrand. It's a swipe taken by McMurray of Kempsville, and that one's going to head out to the fence, and the official signals other way we're going with 5:22 to play as the clock stops yet again. So we're approaching about 2 hours and change with this game. Pass is hauled in by Johnson. Trying to play some effective keep away now. And now it's getting a little physical again with Hildebrand and Bateman. And now multiple whistles will halt the play and the clock yet again with 4:43 to go in our contest. At the rate we're going, this game will probably not end. It's 9:28 p.m. Eastern here with 4:43 on the clock. I would say it till about 9:45. And it should not take that long to play if we continue to have the number of whistles and stoppages we have. Literally, the whistle's being blown almost every 10 to 15 seconds, which is not normal for a game of this nature, given the margin and the circumstances. Kempsville with Noah Lee. And now I believe a timeout has been called. Or maybe an official's timeout. I think it's an official's timeout. Are the officials huddling to call the game? And now another stretcher is being carted out here due to an injury that we did not, I guess, recognize at the moment. So we'll take a timeout and come back, and perhaps this will be the conclusion of this contest.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one. Just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
So another serious injury here along the sideline with 4:29 to go. Our score 12-3 as they appear to be bracing the, it looks to me from up here with my binoculars in the press box, the neck area of a young man from Landstown. As this is another very serious situation, and I do not know if they will resume the play of this game with 4:29 on our clock and the score in favor of Kempsville 12-3. It's not a decision we all make up here. Obviously, the officials on the field are, I believe, talking that over with the Landstown head coach. There are 3 referees on the field, and the Landstown head coach is walking over to the sideline now. His players are trying to stay loose. The Kempsville team is huddled up with a 9-goal lead. And the stretcher, like I said, is out to transport that young man who is hopefully going to be able to move his upper or lower extremities and be okay. Did not happen to catch the injury when it took place and how he is doing. He seems to be moving a little bit of his body. Can't tell exactly which parts. But again, we will keep you up to date as we find out more on this situation with 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go. We'll take our time out here and come back with more on our YouTube channel and beachsportsplex.com.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
For more than 23 years, we've made it our mission to lend peace of mind.
Even when times aren't very peaceful.
We know that every borrower is unique.
That's why we put you first in every step of the loan process.
At Atlantic Bay, we are dedicated, now more than ever,
to providing digital tools, resources, and a lending hand.
To help you reach your home dreams.
Because we're here for you.
Whenever,
Wherever,
however.
All right, we're back. The young man who was having some difficulties has been transported off from Landstown High School with 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Kempsville leading at 12-3 as the Eagles will return to the field. Another man down. They saw Miles Putman go down earlier. I do apologize. I did not catch a number on the young man who was injured on that play for Landstown. We wish him all the best along with Miles. And play has resumed with now 4:26 on our clock and Kempsville moving up ahead. Let's hope for the betterment here that they'll go into a four corners type of basketball stall here, but it doesn't appear that's going to be the case, as taking a shot on goal and then getting a rebound. And then a big hit is leveled as it looked like number 7 drilled number 21. That first shot was James Martin, who got it off a rebound, and he was decked from behind by Devin Pittman. And I don't know that a flag was thrown on that. There might have been. If there was, I didn't see it. Now, it does look like the referee is picking up the flag that was thrown with 4:08 to go. So no surprise that 21 seconds after that initial flag was thrown that another one was tossed as well. Max Stratton gets a goal to his teammate at number 21. That was Stratton to Martin for a goal with 3:58 to go. (13-3). It's a 10-goal deficit, and that might be it for tonight. Doesn't appear so. They'll put it down at midfield for the face-off, and we'll continue playing. Face-off battle. Looks like Landstown will try to come up with it. They won't. Instead, Kempsville will with freshman Jaden Tanner, who we highlighted had a really big moment with a goal in their last outing against Bayside. So Landstown with Shaman Johnson trying to tippy-toe his way through. Makes a pass. It's going to roll into a Kempsville player who grabs it. That's Connor McMurray. And another whistle with 3:27 to go. Play is resumed here. Eagles have the pocket picked. Now trying to get back to it. Up ahead. Sadaka makes a pass. O'Donnell. Nothing doing on that trip. Looks like no damage was done on that sequence. 13-3 remains our count as we hit under 2.5 minutes to go. Kempsville is in good position to get its 6th win of the season and move to 6-3 on the year. 2:08 to go. Want to thank one last time while we have a chance all of our great sponsors tonight making this possible, from Pepsi, that's what I like, our title sponsor, to AstroTurf, Vault Athletics and Fitness, Zoop Eatery, the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame, John's Tax Service, YouTube, CHKD Sports Medicine, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, One Life Fitness, Shine Time Power Wash and Paint Professionals, Kempsville on the run and sandwiched in there, nothing's going to happen. Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Dairy Queen, Chicho's Pizza, Legacy Lacrosse, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. And for our camera operator, Jeff Fatma, I'm Matt Hatfield. Nick Sentai, thank him as well. And Chuck Thornton, don't want to forget about him as well, the head honcho, if you will, as we are down to 1 minute and 45 seconds. And hearing a lot of pull it out and kill it is what they are instructing the Chiefs to do here as the time is ticking down. Again, we thank you for watching tonight's game. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We thank our sponsors for making this free for all of you to watch live and also on demand. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can visit beachsportsplex.com/streaming and fill out the contact information for more details. As it looks like they're just going to let the clock tick out in the final minute here, and the Chiefs will run their record to 6-3 on the year. The Eagles will drop to 2-6 on the campaign. Basically playing some keep away now from the Eagles so that this will be a 13-3 final. And Max Stratton, the real standout tonight with 6 goals. Had an assist on the last goal. And we're actually going to get a timeout with 36 seconds to go. So we'll keep it right here as we will see a timeout called in the last 36 seconds, which I'm not quite sure why. So with 36 seconds, they're ready to resume. Eagles have it with number 21. That's Zach Otello. Jeremiah Sadaka tries to scoop it up along the sideline, and with 11 seconds to go, I think the clock is just going to drain out here eventually. And this will become a victory for the Kempsville Chiefs by a final margin of 13-3. Long toss up ahead, and the horn will sound, and that's going to do it. Final score, Kempsville 13, Landstown 3, and the Chiefs celebrate a win on senior night with just a couple games left in the regular season for them. Again, thanks to Chuck Thornton, Nick Sentine, Jeff Fatmar, our entire team. I'm Matt Hatfield. You've been watching another edition of Beach District Lacrosse right here on BeachSportsplex.com on our YouTube channel. So long, everyone, from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Have a safe Cinco de Mayo.